Greetings everyone, this is Sun, and I feel like doing a video update. Now, I'm going to talk about two things in this update. I'm revealing one thing, and the other thing I'm going to talk about because I'm getting a lot of emails about it. The first thing is the Divine Commedia di Sun. A lot of people have messaged me, sent comments, emailed me saying, "When's this going to come out? It looks really cool, it sounds really epic, blah 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 blah." Well, to be honest, the second part, the audio, rather, for the second part, is already done. It's the pictures that are kind of posing a problem. See, I draw in really big, formats. And because of that, it slows down the computer a lot when the files are open, and sometimes my computer crashes. This is why I need a Mac. But anyway, yeah, it's taken a really long time. I found a way to get the process done quicker, though. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink the quality of it just a little bit. It won't be noticeable, but it's noticeable enough for the computer to not go as slow, if that made sense to anyone. But, what else I'm going to do with this is, I used to be like, alright, I'm going to draw this picture, and then make the audio for it, and then put that on YouTube, and then draw another picture and make the audio for it. I was originally going to do that. I'm not doing that anymore. What I think would be the best way to do is do so many pictures for so many parts, and then after that's done, like say if I have 12 pictures, I will do the audio for all those pictures next. So that way I can upload it parts at a time, so you guys can keep interest and watch it. And then the next part will come out like the next month or something like that. So that's the deal with that. Also, a lot of people are asking, well, what's the difference between this and the actual Divine Comedy? Well, if you haven't seen the video, I'll probably post a link in the description somewhere, but if you haven't seen the video, basically what it is basically a retelling of the Divine Comedy. It's the whole poem all over again. Heaven, hell, purgatory. It's all there. Not in that order, though. The difference is I replaced Dante with one of my characters, Sun. That's why it's called the Divina Commedia di Sun, the Divine Comedy of Sun. It's basically the same thing. It's all it is. It's the same thing. There may be some lines added, but other than that, the poem is intact. The big difference is when you hear Sun speak. He speaks the way like I'm speaking to you. He speaks normal. It isn't the old English or the old translated from Italian to English. He speaks normal. But everyone else will still speak the same way they're supposed to. Like Virgil, he will still speak in his old English, so you kind of need to pay attention in order to understand what he's saying. But when Sun speaks, you will understand perfectly what he's saying. There are some lines when Sun speaks that are kind of the same, because really they stand fine on their own, in the old English. But other than that, I've actually gone through and started rewriting Dante's lines to sound normal. So I'm planning to actually have this out sometime in the fall. I'm actually working on a trailer for it too, so look forward to that. The next thing is an announcement. For those of you who don't know me or know me personally on like a friendship basis, I have been working on a manga for 3 years. And right now I'm in a comfortable position to announce it. The manga is called Aphrodite Aegis, or Aegis, or Aegis, or however you say that Latin word. It's an action-adventure manga with some comedy and a little bit of romance, but it's basically action-adventure. Now, I have a poster here, and if you look in the bottom left-hand corner, you will see the Newgrounds logo. Now, what does that mean? Well, I'm not going to spoil the whole story for you, but the setting, it takes place on Newgrounds.com. It's one of those stories that, what if Newgrounds had an online video game? Something like Warcraft or Second Life or something like that. I know a lot of you are going to be thinking, wow, this takes place on the internet then? Well, yes, it does. But it's in such a way that, you know it's an online video game, but when you're reading it, it seems like to take place in reality. Don't let that turn you off, though. We've actually sat down with a lot of people and told them this story from beginning to end, and they loved it. People we knew, people we didn't know, and they loved it. Either way. So, we didn't have like, oh, we just told our friends, and because they're our friends, they already like it. No, we've actually told people who we didn't know and who we did know, So we got positive responses. I haven't gotten a negative response from the story yet, and we've asked like about close to 70 people. Now, the thing is, my plan for this manga, I was gonna hold off on it for a little bit until the end of the summer to announce it. My plan was to have the first 3 books in the story done by the end of the summer and have them released sometime in the fall. That didn't exactly happen now. See, over the summer I got really busy really quick. I have a job that I work every day in the summer. Plus, I have college classes during the summer to help me graduate quicker. So, whenever I would get home from either work or school, I would be tired as hell. So, I didn't exactly get to work on this as much as I wanted to. I only have a few chapters done in the first book. That's sad. On top of that, motivation. Sometimes I wouldn't be motivated. That's mainly because I'm tired, but I still wasn't motivated properly. I think one of the main reasons is because I started seeing this more as work than fun. Like, I like drawing for fun. I love writing stories for fun. I started pushing this work so much that I'm starting to see it as work. Like, something I don't want to do. So I would, as soon as I would go work on it, I would stop. I think one of the things that would actually help me, and I've actually discovered this recently, is if I start generating hype for it. I've realized lately that I've had people come up to me and say, oh, when is this project coming out? When are you going to do this voice for this? And that actually motivates me to want to do it. Because people are excited to saying, I can't wait to see this. So in my head, it's like, oh, they really want to see this. So I'm going to get this out as quick as I can. That's one of the big things that motivates me, is people who just bug me about it, saying like, I can't wait for this to come out. When are you coming out with this? Don't think that you're going to be annoying. It's not annoying to me. It actually helps me a lot. Another big thing about this manga is, which is kind of stopping me, is I'm the only one who is drawing this. I mean, me and my team sat down and wrote it and everything, but I'm the only one in our team that is drawing this. Both of my team members are in the Navy, so they can't exactly help me too much with this, other than story. That's it. They can't help me with drawing. So, I've been trying to find people who I can get to help lighten the load. Like, split things up. Like, I outlined some pictures, and then they color it in grayscale, and all of that fun stuff. I do have another plan now, and I'm going to try my best to carry this out, because I do want you guys to see this story. I'm going to work on it in the fall, and try to have the first 3 books out by either early next year or before next year. But that might be pushing it, so it might be better to say that it's going to come out next year, like early next year. Like early January, maybe sometime in February. Some of you are already asking, well, you didn't talk too much about the story, so how can we get excited about it? Well, I will say this. The main characters are actual people. The real people that you will find on Newgrounds. Real users. Like, I didn't make anyone up as the main characters. Also, nothing is as it seems. Like I told you earlier that this takes place on the internet. And it's a bunch of kids playing an online video game. But nothing is as it seems. What does that mean? You're going to have to find out in the next update. Or when the story comes out. Probably the next update though. Maybe. Well, that's it for this update. Look forward to a new trailer that's going to be coming out soon, as I mentioned in the beginning. And I will keep you updated on the manga as best as I can. And you will see pictures of it every now and again. So look for my DeviantArt, look online, look somewhere. I'm even building a website to help generate hype for this. So look forward to all that, okay? See you guys next time. Toodles.